Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Hallmark and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today I thought I would share with you some of my tips and techniques with regards to mixed media. I enjoy doing mixed media, but there's all sorts of ways of building up layers and things like that. So first of all, what you need to do is to get a canvas of some sort. Now, this is a very inexpensive canvas board that I got from one of the pound stores. It's not a huge one. In fact, it measures, let me give you a measurement on it. It is 9 and a bit inches by 7 inches. So as you can see, not a huge one. Now, I have found various different tips and techniques which I thought I would share for you. So the first one is the type of glue you use to adhere everything onto. Now, I use, and I'll bring it on because it's a great big huge thing, I use a large PVA glue. Now you can buy this from all the DIY stores because they use it for sizing walls and doing all sorts of things, but it's really great and it's far better than getting those small tiny bottles. The other thing you need to use is obviously something to decant it, and I just use a normal tiny little bowl, pour some out and then use a large bristled brush. You could use a small paintbrush, but that's what I tend to use. So let me show you what I start with to actually put some detail onto the canvas, because if you stamp onto the canvas directly, it's very difficult to actually adhere to it. And so what I use is tissue paper. Now this is packing tissue paper that actually came, I think, in a shoebox. And what you then do is to obviously stamp onto the actual tissue paper itself. So what I've done is I've used a sponge dauber and just gone over and done some background first of all. Then I've used timeless textures and then just put some stamp over the top. And it's really to just give you a background. So if you then put that sort of over the top, and then what I would do first of all is to put the PVA on here, then put the tissue paper over the top and smooth it out really carefully, and then put some more of the PVA glue over the top of that. Then what I did was I just got some DSP, because again I took a piece of DSP and literally just cut it in half with just sort of a wavy pattern, and I put sort of one up on this side and one up on that side. So what it does is it frames it and it gives you just a bit of extra layer. Then you can start building things on top of it. Again, PVA this down. It is a waiting process. The best thing is to leave it at least sort of 6-7 hours. Overnight is the best because then it gets really hard. Speeding it up with a heat gun doesn't really give you the sort of effect you want because it can warp a little bit. It's best to just leave it completely overnight and then come back to it again. So once you come back to it, you start adding some more detail and things on top. And what I chose for this particular one is some of our Thinlit dies. Now I've used Sunshine Wishes, I've used the Butterflies Thinlits, and I just wanted to show you the largest one on here because it is absolutely stunning. So that size, run it through the Big Shot, and you get some really great images, which is what you want. And the last one I used was the Detailed Dragonfly Thinlits dies. And again, I use both of the sizes of those. Let me give you a quick look. You can see there's lots in there, and I use this one and the smaller one. So once you cut them out, let me just reach over. I need to put this PVA on the ground because it is so heavy. What you're going to do then is to, let's take the images. So the large butterfly, ran it through the Big Shot in basic black, cardstock and then use the sponge dauber to add coordinating colours on top. So we would put that, it's going to pop him straight in the middle for the moment. The dragonfly, again, exactly the same. You put it onto a piece of white cardstock underneath, draw around it, and then literally use your sponge dauber. So if you put that one on there, and then the sentiments from the Sunshine Wishes I've used is sunshine, so we could put that there. I've used hope, and we could put that just up about there. And I've used love, and we could put that sort of down on there. And there was a little tiny bumblebee, so I could put that there. But you can see how by coordinating the colours, the cardstock, the background, everything together, you start building it up. What you would do again is PVA everything over the top, leave it overnight and come back. Now, obviously I can't do this live on a video, so it was to give you the idea and the technique of building it up. If you would like to go over to my website, which is amethyststarcrafting.blogspot.com, I will actually show you the finished product after I've obviously put everything down in a few days' time once it's set, so you can see how beautiful it is finished. So if we take these pieces off again, you can use any images you want. The idea is to just build with mixed media, so you get a lovely finish. But the technique that I really wanted to show you was the fact that if you start with some DSP, but also start with the tissue paper will actually go into the canvas and still leave the texture, and it allows you to do a great background. So quick technique today. All of the details will be available on my website. So thank you very much for watching me today, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.